चालू करें?
वहाँ भेड़िया पीछे पीछे चलता ही रहता है।
ऐसा पत्र लेकर कहती है।
बिल्कुल कहती। भाई मैं इंटरव्यू करूँ? Thank you. I would pull myself up right now. I want to get this one.
This one?
Yeah.
Here you go.
No. Got bad.
Take this right now.
Double Shetty. Double dhamaka.
So has angle issues. Like यही चाहिए ऐसा. Arjun, it's how do you look at beauty? Has your definition of beauty changed over the years?
I think it will be very cliche to say this, but beauty also lies in the eye of the beholder, and I am somebody who always looks at it as the way you carry yourself, the confidence, the ease, your personality. It's we're not all the Photoshop generation, good-looking people all the time, every step of the way. But even in your worst, if you can still hold your own and carry yourself, I think that is amazing and beautiful.
Has there ever been a day in the last 10-15 years, ever since you become an actor, that you felt that, oh, I'm not good looking and I need to work on myself?
I think all the time. I do have this issue that I've always been an overweight kid. So it takes a lot to break that. There are good days and bad days. In this profession, you're always aspiring to look your best and do better. The problem is if you compare yourself to others, you will always feel that. There are moments when you see somebody doing amazing work or looking amazing, you always compare. But you have to also look at what you are doing. So yeah, I have thought about, I need to do better, I need to look better, I need to look my best. But that's also very relative, right? You also are going through what you're going through in life, so you have to also be kind to yourself every once in a while. So to anybody watching, yes, we must all aspire to look our best for our own personal reasons, but at the same time be kind to yourself and allow yourself to be happy how you look also. You have to find that balance in life.
You went through transformation. Even Anshula went through transformation very recently. So how proud are you as a brother with her transformation?
I'm actually prouder about the fact that if I think today if I can sit and say that within my own house I have a bigger example than me, it makes me so happy and so proud. And the fact that she's consistently kept it up and she's going from strength to strength, it makes me really happy and really proud.
As an actor, how is Arjun placed in the next 1 year, 2 years?
Well, at this point in time, I think I've just completed 2 of my films and I'm looking forward to seeing them released by the end of the year. So that's where I'm at. I did take a bit of a break and go on a holiday and I've just come back. So where work is concerned, I think I'll be kickstarting all my conversations and thought processes now as time proceeds. It's been almost, not almost, it has been 11 years I've been working continuously. तो 2-3 महीने छुट्टी लेना बुरी बात नहीं है इस टाइम.
अच्छी बात एक्चुअली बहुत कम छुट्टी ली है.
मैंने बहुत कम लिया, तो अभी थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा ले रहा हूँ और छुट्टी से ज़्यादा थोड़ा आराम और अपने आप को रीइन्विगरेट कर रहा हूँ. जस्ट looking at life a little differently, looking at the bigger things about life and the smaller details about life. So yeah, it's going well. Work is work, but also you got to balance it out by spending time. Your mind also needs a bit of rest. No?
So how do you keep the actor in you hungry?
See, I hate saying that's easy or difficult, but that's what defines you in this profession, right? You have to find things that you've not done, the stuff that you've always wanted to do, the stuff that suddenly excites you and you get scared about. There's so much left to discover. I think for me, the best way I can define how I keep myself hungry is I want to work with everyone. It's not always about only the material. It's also the people working in the film, making that material. It's also different journeys that you get to undertake. I've done about 20 films now, 19 films. It's also part of just वो एक सफर होता है निकलने के लिए. So there is also a fire in the belly to work with all kinds of people and learn more and be a better person for it, professionally as well as personally.
Thank you, Arjun. Thank you so much. Okay, you have this funny banter going on with Arjun. When do we see your funny side?
When do you see my funny side?
In the films.
You keep seeing it. Guns and Gulab is coming in July. So there you'll see. It's a crime comedy by the great Rajan DK. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
How are you managing films and
Meeting you after such a long time.
Yes, it's been same here. How are you managing web shows and films? Yeah.
There's nothing to manage, same thing. My process doesn't change. It's just that maybe sometimes you shoot for a number of extra days when it comes to series. But apart from that, no, it's still the same. Everything remains the same.
Really, there's no other process changing?
Nothing, not at all. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how are you placed mentally right now? What was the happiest thing today you did?
happiest thing today I did, I came here. Of course, I woke up on time. I worked out. I played with Gaga, my dog. Patrulekha is shooting out of town, so of course missing her. But apart from that, I did whatever I had to do today. Yeah.
So how do you keep the actor in you hungry? Because everyone says that Rajkummar is one of the best actors we have right now. So how do you keep that edge on you?
Because you know there's so much more to explore as an actor. It's just a humble beginning. I think there's a long way to go for me. So I will never say I've arrived, or I've achieved, or I'm accomplished. No, nothing. It's such a huge playground, acting, this art form. So I think I'm always ready to explore and challenge myself.
Do you miss working with Hansal?
I do, but hopefully we'll be doing something together pretty soon.
So that there is something with Hansal coming up.
Sorry?
There is something with Hansal coming up.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully soon.
So do you not say that, oh, scoop में ले लेते मेरे को या फिर scam में ले लेते मेरे को?
Of course not. See, everything we can't do together, but we have made we have told some beautiful stories together, which will always be very close to our heart. And I know for a fact that every time he misses me, I know for a fact every time I also miss him. But our relationship has gone way beyond, just work. It's very personal. He's my family in this city.
How tired are you of people teasing you with called Nagin?
I think it's very, very funny. It is something that I am doing, I am a part of, I am Nagin, and I'm extremely proud of it.
But do you think that people at times overdo it?
No, there's only one fear, like whenever the show gets over and I plan on doing something else, I hope they don't still remember me as just Nagin, and I hope I get as much love for all of the other characters that I wish to play in my life and be remembered as every new character that I play. So that's the only fear I have. Otherwise it can never be overdone. Nagin can never be overdone.
Does Karan also tease you as Nagin?
Yeah, but now a little less quick as he's also a Bhedia, so it's gotten a little better.
True. I forgot that he's playing a Bhedia in a show. Literally forgot.
You can't forget Nagin though.
Nagin can never be forgotten. I don't know how many rebirths you've had in Nagin by now.
Oh my God, you're actually following. It is actually my 4th rebirth. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually having this interview. Nice. I'm so happy you're actually watching.
It's really 4th rebirth. Often do you ask Ekta और कितने जन्म बाकी है मेरे?
As long as we keep getting the love that we're getting and we do it with conviction, you can be born as many times as you want.
Okay, so if you had to take a rebirth in general in real life, you have to take a rebirth and reborn as what?
As what? An elephant, a baby elephant. I love elephants. I'd love to be a baby elephant.
Baby बड़ा भी होगा कभी?
No, I just want to be an animal because I feel I love animals and I think they're very cute, adorable. So I'd like to be born as a baby.
Oh, Bhedia's here.
Bhedia's here.
नागिन वहाँ भेड़िया पीछे चलता ही रहता है.
Yeah.
ये नागिन और भेड़िया की जोड़ी समझ में नहीं आती?
नहीं.
आपको
नहीं, हमें किसी को नहीं आती, हमें भी नहीं आती है. But है. बस है. Yeah.
So when do we see you transition? You just did a Marathi film. Do we see you doing more films, and is Hindi on the annual?
Of course, I would love to be a part of any form of I'd love to be a part of any platform that gives me the opportunity to challenge myself, better myself as an artist, and that can be pretty much any platform.
So, your career graph just zoomed up after Big Boss, after Nagin. So how do you deal with the newer fame which has come your way? Do you often, even Khatro Ke Khiladi, so do you often fear that, oh, one day I might not be this famous?
Honestly, I never really got into the industry to be famous because I've seen a lot of people doing a lot of things just to be famous. I never really came here for fame or money. I really just came here for the love of art and how much I love performing. And so and yeah, so I don't think that you can always have an ascending graph. It can descend, and I don't think I'll ever be disheartened because that is something that I know in my head. There'll be this upstroke and then like a little downfall and then I'll keep going up. That is something that I know for sure. I can vouch for that.
I guess your first paycheck was 5,000 rupees as an actor.
It was actually 8,000 rupees.
And how many percentage have you increased now? 1,000, 10,000, 20,000%? How much have you jumped up right now?
I can't answer that.
But has the value of money changed for you?
Not really, because I valued money as much as I value it today. I valued it the same even like 20 years back. Even when I started acting, which is 10 years back now, or like 8 years back now, I don't know. I valued money the way I valued money back then, I still value it the same way.
Do you save with the same intensity now also?
I don't really look at money as something that one should save. I really believe in terms of money, always invest. Invest in the right things, invest in funds, invest in equity, in properties, real estate, upcoming.
Engineer has become financial advisor now.
I'm not sure if I can advise, but I think I'm pretty smart. So I don't believe in saving money. I believe in investing money in the right places. And I know for a fact if tomorrow I don't have work, I'll still be in peace.
Karan, how's the bhedia looking right now?
The Bhedia's got the color of blood and everything else is black. I think I'm pretty much in my game right now.
True, absolutely true. So how does this bhedia and Nagin be around each other?
That's all we do. That's all we do. So we shoot very next door to each other. And we come to the set together. We make sure that lunch is together, nashta is together, and then we pack up together. And it's really funny that mine is a different production house and hers is Balaji, which is my home production house. So I've literally grown up with those people. तो उनके call times हमारे आपस में कि अच्छा सुन भाई को कितने बजे बुला रहा है, अच्छा ठीक है तो मैं तेजू को उस हिसाब से बुला दूँगा, नहीं तो फिर तो मतलब आएगी नहीं. Sometimes it's like I'm getting a call from my old EP, like hello भाई कहाँ हो, घर पे हूँ, तेजू का है, like आ गई 7 वाले सेट पे होगी. So it's just bliss.
Do you think that how God literally makes things fall in place magically?
I think I definitely do believe in that, and I think वो था कि आपकी घड़ी आपका वक्त बताती है, वो बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. अच्छा वक्त में आप देखोगे सब कुछ जो है ना वो resonate करना शुरू कर देता है. Everything starts falling in the right place, and it starts showing on your face. It starts showing in your energy. It starts showing in your happiness. And touch wood, ज़्यादा नहीं बोलना. Yeah.
Actually वही बोलने वाला था कि काला टीका लगा दो अभी अपने आप.
हाँ नहीं अभी तो काले कपड़े पहनो इसीलिए थोड़ा सा खून भी.
But how is it when so much of fame comes to you after a very long period of career? I mean, you were famous, but right now your fame has skyrocketed.
I think focus on your art, focus on your skill set, and money, fame, everything else follows. To be honest, I've really not run after it. I've had my phases. Initially you do enjoy it a lot, and then you start finding meaning out of things. And now I want to. एक चीज़ होती है legacy. I've started thinking about what my legacy is going to be, and that's become way more important for me because अभी 14 साल हो गए तो अभी used to हो गए.
But also you are someone who's dabbled with genres, like you've done reality, you've done you've done TV, you've done web, and you've kept your options open. You've never stuck to one medium.
Yes, I get bored very easily. Also, see, for me, when I pick up a project, I have to be extremely excited about it, and I have to create something which is going to be remembered for a while. So even if it's so for example, Tere Ishq Mein Ghayal, when Veer was offered to me, I knew that I had to make it in such a way that everybody who's worked with me, my mentors and all people who are rooting for me, are going to say that this is the most different approach that you have taken towards a character. And I'm competing with myself. That's my mantra is very clear. I'm competing with myself. I have to be better than myself, or I have to be different. So when I did this character, it was the most unique take that I could come up with, and that worked. So a person is always remembered with the kind of experience that you give to your audience, and that's why they keep coming back to you, and hence, as I said, everything else follows.
Karan, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. So on the work front, you have a film with Mahesh Babu. You're teaming up with him again. What's the best thing about Mahesh Babu?
What is the best thing in what aspect?
As a person.
I think he always has. He's very witty.
So, I always think that he doesn't talk at all. If you don't give him dialogues, he doesn't talk. Is it true?
No.
He talks. I always think he's very.
That's what you think. Yeah.
I think, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, now coming to Kisi Khaba Kisi Ki Jaan, you were really loved in the film, and for a change, an actress had a very meaty role in a Salman Khan film. How do you look back at the film now?
It was great fun to shoot, and I always feel like the process of making a film should be enjoyable, and it was.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you so much. Hi, Vaani. Welcome to ETimes. What does beauty mean to you?
I think it's not external, and as cliched now it might sound, because everybody has a very proper way of expressing their views on how one needs to be, but it is true. We are essentially made of goodness, and there is a lot of purity to our souls, and we kind of get muddled into our lives and lose our center and lose who we are. But I feel like just being connected to within and just being grateful and giving, there's beauty lies a lot in giving, and how the more happy you are, the more prettier and beautiful and radiant you look. So yeah.
On the work front, you're soon going to be headlining a show of yourself. How does it feel to own something that you are going to be part of?
I'm very excited about it. It's my first OTT show, and it's a genre that I've never tried my hands on, so I'm very excited about it. I have a co-actor who's also brilliant. He did a great show before this, Good Luck. So I'm looking forward to, hope that everybody likes it as much as we do.
Why do you do such less work?
Why do I do less work? But because, the opportunities that come in every artist's way is very different. Like the kind of work that I get, I try to pick and be honest to my choices. And it's not very often that, you get lucky with great films and good stories and great filmmakers. So as and when I feel like something great and exciting is coming my way, I pick it.
Was Chandigarh the most difficult film by till now?
I mean, it was. I did hold myself accountable and responsible a lot more because having to kind of represent a community that I'm not part of, and there could be. I just didn't want there to be injustice to the community. So yeah, I did feel like that self-inflicted pressure that it should go right.
Are you a believer of same-sex marriage?
Yes, of course. I fully support it. Love should win. Love wins always for me.
First of all, how does it feel to be directed by Anurag Kashyap?
Oh, to work with him? It's absolutely amazing. I was so excited when he just called me and said, I want you to audition for this role. And of course, I was really nervous and had lots of anxiety, but I worked hard and I knew that if I just got 5 minutes, he would hopefully like my audition, and he did, and his entire office was there right in front of me, so I was very so nervous because usually it's just in front of a few people and then they decide, but then he did a round table. So does everybody agree that Sunny can be Charlie? Does she fit this role? And I was like, what are y'all? This is crazy. But it was such an amazing process working with him.
Didn't you have doubts saying, why does he want me to have an audition?
No, I think that auditioning is normal, but what happens here and what happens in the West is totally different, So if somebody wants to come up to me and say, hey, Sunny, I have this really big film and I really want you to audition for it, then of course, it's not a problem at all. I think that you have to be able to fit into the character that they see, and so luckily it happened. I got to be Charlie.
Weren't you supposed to go to Cannes, or you're supposed to...
In a few days.
Leaving in a few days. Okay, and how does a film which goes to Cannes helps an actor?
Well, I think that having a film that gets selected by Cannes, by a jury, because there's only so many that get selected and that are previewed there at the Lumiere Theatre. That in itself is the most exciting part, because you're looking to be around some of the most amazing filmmakers in the entire world, whether it's in Hindi or English or any language. So to be recognized on a platform like this is amazing. And as an actor, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. They might not like me, they might like me, I have no idea. But I think that Anurag sir worked really hard on this film and making it amazing, and that's what it's turned out to be.
Do you have any intentions of turning director?
Director, no. I think that there's lots of people who are very gifted in this field, and they should be directing. I might, if I was sitting behind the camera and watching, I might give like 1 or 2 pieces of advice, but I would never step on any director's toes.
So we are at the Femina Mamaearth Beautiful Indian Awards. So what does beauty define to you? What does beauty mean to you?
I think the factor of doing good for someone who cannot do good back to you, I feel that, to give someone who cannot give back to you is what truly defines beauty for me, and I sort of like to abide by that. And yeah, that is what makes a nice, humble, positive smile.
Okay. So what keeps you grounded?
I am grounded, sir. There's nothing. My shoulders are not loaded with so much burden that I have to, rise above. I've always been grounded. I've been brought up in a very humble sort of an atmosphere, and I'd like to be the way that it is.
So any talks of Farzi 2 right now?
Of course it's going to come. People have given so much love. There is no question that it's not going to come. It's going to take some time because, as I say, good things take time. So it's going to take some time. So we're planning to begin next year.
So are you prepping for it right now? Is there some kind of preparations going on?
A lot of other things, but Farzi 2 is not happening for now. But it's going to happen, I think, hopefully early next year.
How's the love for Jubilee coming in till now?
A lot of it. And that always feels super good. Especially when you really, truly enjoyed making something and then everyone likes it and like genuinely likes it. It really feels good.
Okay. In touch with the other cast members, how's the chatting going on with the other cast members with whom you worked on Jubilee?
I mean, I'm constantly tagging them on Instagram because people keep making edits and reels and whatever. I've not been able to meet them post-release or anything, but I think everybody is so thrilled because every single human being who worked on Jubilee has been loved and appreciated. So that's so lovely. That's really lovely.
Shilpa, how is it that after so many years, and I've asked this question to so many of people right now, you all look the same. What's the magic? Who does the magic?
I don't look the same. I look better.
True.
Okay, the costume is really sounding very immodest right now.
Yeah. मेरी पगार कट गई है.
नहीं ये आपका नजरिया है, and they say that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So thank you for thinking that I'm beautiful. Nothing. I think beauty resonates from how you think, and if you think good, and not just for yourself but even for other people and want to do good, it kind of reflects on the outward. So if you think I'm beautiful, I think I must be doing something good. So thank you.
How are you managing 2 careers? You are a businesswoman on one side. You're coming back in a web show with Rohit Shetty. How are you? You just invested in a friend's business right now.
Oh,
yeah. So how are you managing 2 parts?
Well, my business, I can't delegate to other people. The businesses that I invest in are being looked after by people who are doing a great job, and that's why I decided to invest in them. So I'm honestly, doing just doing my job of being an actor, and the entrepreneurial bit is handled by the other people who are helming their jobs.
Okay. How was it to wear the cop uniform?
You have to watch it. It's a different take. So watch Indian Police Force. We're releasing during Diwali, and I'm really, really excited.
How was it with Shetty being on the same set? Rohit and Shilpa, how was it?
Double Shetty. Double dhamaka.
Pulkit, I didn't realize that you're actually wearing gloves right now. What's with the entire fashion change you've gone through in the last couple of weeks actually?
No, this is not the change. I'm just getting out of, I'm just getting out more. That's the only difference. मैं घर में ऐसे ही होता हूँ बिना शर्ट के. So yeah, this is my usual fashion statement. So ये pants की जगह थोड़ी shorts होती है. That's it.
But I guess the fashion police is in love with you for the last 2-3 looks that you've given out without wearing shirts.
Yeah, actually somebody even messaged me, are you ever gonna wear a shirt? So I tried my level best, but shirt fit नहीं हुई है. इधर bicep में थोड़ा problem हो रहा था.
Okay. So technically, someone is very busy and not a fukra right now.
Not a fukra ever, but I'm fukra at heart. Yeah, it's always nice to be busy.
Okay. So how's part 3 coming up?
Kick-ass. I think it's the best fukre that we have ever made. And it sounds like I'm selling an iPhone right now. Yeah, but it is true that it's the funniest, the best, the baddest and the biggest fukre that we've ever done. And we all as a team are very, very excited for it and looking forward to the release. So, fingers crossed.
So how's the friendship of over the 3 seasons, over the 3 franchise installments? How the friendship with all the other boys and Richa turned out to be now?
हम एक दूसरे पे चढ़े रहते हैं यार, सब पे. मतलब it's not just the set. Whenever we meet, we just start from wherever we left. We are more a family than just friends. We call each other for advice as well. We call each other when we are a little low. We chill with each other a lot. और एक दूसरे की थाली से हम खाना भी चुरा के खा लेते हैं. So yeah, that happens.
Who is the biggest stealer on the set?
सबसे ज़्यादा खाना कौन चुरा के खाता है? मंजोत. मंजोत is always seen eating on the set. Always. अभी देखना फुकरे के भी BTS आएंगे. पहली दोनों के भी आप BTS निकाल के देख लो. Manjot always either wafer or coffee or some cola, something or the other is always, he's always consuming something.
You look really fit right now from what I've seen last at Fukre 2. You're even fitter than Fukre 2. How do you maintain this? How do over the years people look the same? I was telling one of your colleagues, TV colleagues also, that how is she also looking the same? How are you also looking the same? How do people do it?
I don't know, yeah. I think I've just been lucky with my mom's genes and my father's genes. So yeah, I would actually thank them for this.
Ankita, how's the married life treating you? And how's the new house treating you right now?
I think everything is treating me so well. That's why I'm seeing my face. It's glowing. But yes, we are very much happy with the marriage, with the home, and it's lovely. It's a beautiful feeling to get married. पहले लगता था, शादी करनी चाहिए नहीं, because there are a lot of thoughts behind that. But I think it's a beautiful thing to get married and to have a partner who's your friend, which is more important. So that's a blessing.
Everything's going well except the shoes.
Except the shoes. I hate heels, but as you know, we are here, Femina, and you have to look the perfect one. That's what I'm here for.
But do you think we put women to unattainable standards of beauty?
Not really. And I mean, it's up to you. I always feel if I'm in track pants and t-shirt also, I can look beautiful. That's my call. That's my thought. And it's just up to you. Today, I wanted to look sexy, so I wore this. Otherwise, I can be anything and anywhere.
But you look sexy even in Pavitra Rishta.
That's what. And that was something which was like cotton sarees and no makeup. So that's real beauty, That's what I feel.
So what's happening on the work front? Where do we see you next? Do we see you on TV or do we see you on web show? Where do we see all the movies?
Film is coming with Randeep Hooda, which is next one, and it's Veer Savarkar, which is releasing mostly in August. I don't know yet the date, but yes, it's coming soon, and I'm really looking forward for that one.
What's with you and historical Manikarnika and now Veer Savarkar?
See, I think people love me playing such characters, So I'm doing that for them. That's it.
Thank you so much, Ankita, and I hope you have an easy walk from here now.
Oh, really? Thank you so much.
I hope so.
Bye-bye.
So, Karishma, what's the scoop?
You should know, and you would know on the 2nd of June.
So, how does it feel to have Hansal Mehta with you for your first big Netflix show?
I am very, very happy. I'm on cloud 9, and I am really privileged to be a part of Netflix and Hansal Mehta's project. I think it's a great opportunity for me. And yes, I mean, I'm playing a real-life character inspired by a book on Jigna Vora. So you should watch it, and I'm really looking forward for it.
So did you meet Jigna?
Yes, of course I have met her.
So how was the experience? So what did she tell you that probably didn't make it to the film, but it stayed with you?
Her emotions, actually, she's a very nice soul, and I met her actually during the end of the shoot. Actually, I didn't meet her before that. So when I met her, I could totally feel her, and it's really nice to meet somebody who has a So much to talk about.
Okay, so did Jigna's character make you value reporters more?
I have a lot of respect for reporters because now I got to know that there's so much work behind this job. I mean, to find scoop, to find content, to get approved by the editor. I mean, the respect is there now.
Okay. I have few questions for you. Okay, how do you define your personal style?
Style. I like to dress a little differently. I like to stand out, and at the same time, I have to be very comfortable. If I'm not comfortable, I can't wear.
Any chances of you getting back the Indu character again? It was one of my favorite characters.
I think that era and that, those characters are not made now, I feel. And that was one of my first character ever. So it's very, very special to me.
How do you look the same?
Am I? Wow, thank you.
You actually look the same.
Really? Yeah. Thank you. It's a big compliment.
I used to see you at a particular coffee shop in near Juhu. And even then, about 10 years ago, then you used to look the same. Now you look the same. Where is the fountain of youth?
I think I work out, I take care of my skin, I take care of my health. I think that is working for sure for me.
So Isha, last year you had Mirzapur, this year you had Saas Bahu and Flamingo. How is the career looking up?
Thankfully, it seems to be going somewhere. I think that's a huge relief for me. I have quite a few releases this year, which I'm quite excited about. That's not happened in a long time, So I'm really happy about that.
So how does it feel to have a packed date calendar?
It just feels really good. It's good because I work towards it, and it's nice that it's finally, I have back-to-back releases this year. So I'm just fingers crossed.
So Mirzapur 2 ended on a very dramatic note with Munna Bhai not being there. Yeah. So how do you think your character is going to shape up in part 3?
Yeah, Munna's gone. Really? We don't know, na? Do we?
After Mihir has come back in Sajo Ke Bahu, anyone can come back.
Happen, correct. तो हमें कैसे पता? अभी तो नहीं पता हमें. मुन्ना भैया आप आ रहे हैं क्या वापस?
मुन्ना भैया सुन रहे हो? Please आ जाओ वापस. So when you have a hit show, a hit season behind, how does an actor prepare for a next season?
It's actually a really good question because the gap is so much. You take about 1.5 to 2 years before you go back to shoot again. So suddenly I had to open season 2 script. My mom's like, "ऐसे लग रहा है exam देने जा रही है." I'm like sitting with the script and going over, because I've not seen it. So I want to go over all the beats because I write my own script also. मतलब मैं इतने notes लिखती हूँ, सब मेरा मजाक उड़ाते हैं set पे कि अपनी script लिख के आई है. So I just go over all of that. And I think the body kind of, muscle memory kind of kicks in when you go on set. You're like suddenly in that world again.
My last question, also because one of the creators got changed, he moved on. I guess Puneet Krishna moved out? Yeah, he moved on. So when a new writer comes on board, how does it affect the actor?
Well, Gurmeet has been there. The director has been there from season 1. So I think the core team is kind of the same now. So we're really hoping that season 3 turns out, and I'm sure it'll turn out as good as season 2. We promise you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Isha. Ma'am, now I can actually go back to technically 10-15 of your films right now. How do you look back at your career then, and how do you see the film industry being changed now?
I looked at my career then in a very childish manner. Now I'm matured, I'm another human being, so I look forward with a lot of hope and optimism.
So there are plans of coming back right now?
Yes, of course there are plans.
So has anything worked out by now?
I'm looking at a couple of offers, but nothing has been finalized as yet.
Are you in touch with any of your co-stars from 80s, 90s? How does it look?
Like I said, I'm still new to all of this. I'm trying to connect with everybody now.
So, if you could see one of your films being remade now, which one would you make right now?
I don't know really. I can't. Maybe Mitti or Sona.
I had the same name in my head when you came first walking here. So, so I'm sure you've not worked at for now, but at least for back then, at least what stories you've heard now, how has the operation of film industry changed? Like how were they working then and how they work now?
I think now it's become very professional, which is very good. I mean, in the old times used to go, your costumes used to change, your dialogues used to change. I didn't know something called a script being given to me. So everything is happening for the better. And I'm happy to be back.
So there's this one song of yours which I love, which was Tum Hi Ho, which was on Amazon Prime show called Remix. I still listen to it. It's one of my favorite songs. Yes, and you've sung Pathaan. So how is music changing for you all now from what she's done and what you've done? How is it changing now?
Well, I think, being a part of the music industry is really interesting at this point because it's constantly evolving. And as, musicians who've been honestly singing and professionally doing this since 2014, it gives us so much joy because no 2 days are the same. And we're just waking up and, trying to, entire this year, we've tried to get a whole new direction, when our non-film music is related. So
and I think it's super exciting because, we've also transitioned from singing for movies to kind of now featuring in our music videos and taking the pop culture to another level. And India really hasn't seen too many pop stars since the 90s. So that's the goal. It's the goal is to change that, and the goal is to just keep churning out music as in how we keep growing up, and that'll reflect in our music for sure.
Thank you so much. I hope to see more of you and more of you.